Welcome to the channel, Jaguar and diecast collectors. Uh, let's see, we have it's been a long time since I reviewed a BMC. This brand came out in 2018 apparently. But we have the Jaguar TWR Racing XJS V12, and this actually won some European Touring Championships. I'm going to read some Wikipedia here as I open this thing up. Okay, 14 and up though, just seeing what else. I don't know, I was wondering if this is a licensed product. Oh, yeah, I guess it is. Well, I don't know, because why would it... I mean, that is English, but if this is really licensed, would they allow it to say Jaguar instead of Jaguar? So that's questionable. Alright, anyhow. So the XJS came out in 1984, and it was designed by Malcolm Sayer, at least the early design, but this might be the later design. So it was a successor to the XK8, and I'm sorry, it was a successor. It succeeded the Jaguar E-Type, but then the XK8 is what took over this car. 115,000 units were made over 20 years. But then, I guess the more modern one, the XJS HE, was between 1981 to 1991, and 73,000 of those were made. And I think that must be this, right? Because this says 1984. So I think this is an HE model. So it's a 5.3 liter V12 making 260 to 295 horsepower. I guess it depends what country you're in. And it's running on 15-inch wheels. There was also a 3.6 liter cylinder available, I guess, but this clearly says V12 here. That's crazy that they're racing this V12. I think these things had a lot of reliability problems. So the TWR group was made for Group A racing, and so the bodywork had to remain standard in that particular group of racing set by the FIA, I believe. And so it debuted in the European Touring Car Championship in 1982, and it won the championship in 1984. So, alright. So Tom Walkinshaw himself, as well as Hans Heyer and Win Percy, are the three drivers of this car that won the title. And this race car apparently had a 5-speed, making 500 horsepower out of a 5.4 liter V12. It could go 180 miles per hour, and 0 to 60 was 4.5 seconds. So for a big beast of a vehicle, I guess that's pretty good. And I mean, it won the Touring Car Championship, right? So that's a long introduction. I apologize, and I don't even know if any of that is correct. Just reading the internet. That's a cool photograph. So let's see if these lines match up. Yeah, it looks pretty good to me. The long hood. Yeah. This curving down of these buttresses. Very good. Looks nice. These wheels, kind of like DTM disc wheels. And you got these fuel fillers, I think. That's what's in the back, if I had to guess. But why would they? Well, anyways. And this little rear view, yeah. Alright. Well, let's start at the bottom for some reason. For no reason. There's some text. It does say XJS, made in China, and BM Creations, 164. So the info was there. It's just kind of weird that they... First of all, that's crooked. I think they should have just skipped these ribs and just had the text flat and big. You know, like who displays their models like that, right? So who cares what the bottom of a model looks like? I don't. So you can see this thing has side pipes coming out where the normal car would clearly not. So this base is specific to this racing car. And it's made of plastic. There's even suspension details here. That's interesting. Separate pieces, it looks like. Some treads. Very wide tires. And we have a screw in the front and the back if you want to open it up and modify it a little bit. Looks like plastic bumpers here. That's where the normal casting exhaust would be. Alright. Although they spin, they don't spin freely. Oh yeah, I forgot. These things, this brand likes steering. So it's really good if you want to take photos and stuff or have a diorama. So that's kind of nice. This tire might be a little bit... Yeah, alright, so you can slide that out, no problem. Okay. So that's cool. So there's the exhaust, and there's a little bit of some recessed detail there. And so these sponsorship logos are all, uh-oh, that's a decal. This is tampo printed, I think. Hold on, I might be wrong. Clearly that's a decal being all warped like paper. This looks like it's tampo printed. Maybe this whole thing here, oh, that is a decal, I think. See that waviness? But here it's smooth paint. Boy, I hate this stuff. Because in the future, air pockets might get there, or the adhesive breaks loose. It's also weird to see air pockets, where the door panel cuts are. So that's unfortunate. Probably won't buy this brand again, unless they have a really cool casting. I do like this separate mirror. It is rigid though, it's not rubbery. And the door handle sticks out a little bit. The molding is raised, painted black. Okay. The wheels, they do look pretty good. They're not hollow spoked, unfortunately, but they're so thin. Maybe it's a fragility issue because they have the whole steering function, or I don't know. Pretty low profile tires. They even look lower profile than the photographs, but at least they don't have truck knobbies on the side, so that's nice. A little raised bump for this reflector or light. Now we have a chin spoiler, and you can see this paint here. It might be a metallic green. Yeah, it is. A little radiator detail. Some sponsorship here is tampo printed. There's tampo printing for the Jaguar text. This is paint. The clear lenses look good. Some sort of, artifacts molded back there to look like buckets in the light bulb. This grill is physically textured, and I guess is a print or something. Maybe that's supposed to be the Jaguar logo. It's pretty hard to see. Maybe there's nothing there. It looks like there's something there, but maybe not. I don't know if there's printing there or not. Alright, so the chrome goes around that clear insert, so that's cool. There's no Jaguar badge up here. I don't know if, no, I don't see it in the photographs. This is unfortunate. I think that's some glue residue. Oh, but wait, if this is soft glue, alright, it's some sort of soft glue, so that's, you can just scratch that off, and yeah, I'll deal with that later. Now this is a tampo print, so that's nice. That's not going to peel off in the future. We have some ribbing painted black, and I don't know what the heck this would be for. Maybe a cutoff switch or something. Oh, that's a separate, very, very frail and very, thin wiper blade there. Just one, which I guess maybe a race car would only have one wiper blade. Yeah, it's it. Look at the photograph. It is there. It's on this side, so the driver is here. Raised molding, and this is tampo printed as well. Another mirror. Okay, so we have the drivers' names, Tom and Hans. And I guess that makes sense. Okay, Jaguar Deutschland. Okay, yeah, that's all fine, I guess. We have some clear taillights, decent color separation for the turn signals, tampo printed reflectors. This is tampo printed, that as well, and that as well, this as well. And then the fuel fillers have some sort of detail. I don't know if that's just the texture of the paint or if it's literally molded. I think it's just paint, and then maybe some rubber seals or something. But now this paint, this glue seems rigid, right? That's weird that it was soft up front. Yeah, that's strange. They would use two different, not cool. I just scratched off the paint, I think. It went with the glue. So this brand, I don't know if they don't prime their models or something. So that's not good. That's not good at all. Quality control is very bad there. And then what's up with this? What is all this white stuff? It looks like the vapor from Crazy Glue, but it's there forever, I think. So that's not good. Defroster lines, not a fan of that because it just blocks the view. At least they're pretty thin lines, but rear windows not looking good at all. I didn't even see this before. A fuel filler detail for the stock car, that is. Okay, so they must be using this casting to put out regular XJSs in the future, or maybe they already have. Well, the interior is going to be a little tough because the windows are molded, but let's see if it's a racing interior. So hollow steering wheel. Yeah, it's hard to see that. Well, there's a roll cage, though. Definitely looks like a racing car interior. The roll cage is low because it's underneath that clear plastic going on the roof. There's not much you can do about that. So cross bracing. Yeah, so you can't see through the rear window very great with these defroster lines. Stick shift. I think that's a racing seat. And there's only one seat, so yeah, this interior is specific for a race car. There's a box down here. Maybe that's a fuel tank or something, or telemetry system. Alright, well, I guess it's nice to know it has a racing interior. It's just hard to see through these windows. There's no harness detail, but it definitely looks like a racing seat. And a pretty gutted interior. Alright, I only have 2 other Jaguars in my collection. This brand just isn't really represented in 164 very well. So this is, I guess, the successor, the XKR. Well, there was an XKS. This is just a high-power variant. So but this is done by Kyosho, inserted lights and stuff, in all tampo printing. And then this is another Kyosho of their little early supercar, the XJR 15. What is up with the base of this? Why is it raised like that? It's kind of weird. Nice tires, nice wheels, all that stuff. So it does lead to the question, why doesn't any company make the real historic Jaguars, like the XKSS, the Type C, and the Type D? The Type D, I think, was the first race car with disc brakes. That's a pretty significant improvement in automotive technology. So I don't know why these don't exist in realistic shape. I'm pretty sure Hot Wheels has done all that stuff, but a real company, yeah, I'm going to continue saying this. A real company should make realistic models of those 3 cars. So it's really odd. They're beautiful cars. This Type C is, at least. The D is questionable, but I think the XKSS is also a beautiful car. And they're such simple forms, they wouldn't even be that difficult to mold, I think. So hopefully someone stumbles on this video, or you guys can leave some comments on some company's social media saying make those early Jaguars. They're so historic. I don't have such time. I have to review a lot of things if you look up how many videos I do. Alright, thanks for watching. BMC, I gotta tell you, quality control on this one, no bueno. But if this didn't have quality control problems, it's nicely done. You know, the wheels are molded nice. I guess the steering function is kind of neat. It's nice to have license plate printing. That little metal wiper blade is a good detail. It's got side mirrors. Yeah, it's just, you know, that foggy glass. It's very distracting to look at. And then decals. Not a fan of decals. We'll see you in the next review. Bye now.